Welcome back, everybody, to Tracy Vickers Little League Field here in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd and Robbie Mounts are engineer for our final game today in the winner's bracket of the District 2 11 and 12-year-old tournament. The winner of this game moves on to the state tournament in Martinsburg later this month. The loser of this game will still have an opportunity, but they'll have to get through the loser's bracket on Wednesday in the finals of that. But one ticket will be punched to the tournament. We'll find out coming up here soon on Video Productions. We'll be back after this break as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
What started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia has grown to become so much more. Introducing Boone Memorial Health, a modern state-of-the-art healthcare provider that has expanded its technology, capabilities, and footprint to meet the needs of our growing service area. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. Our commitment to the communities we serve goes even further as we look to the future to make our region a better place to live, work, learn, and play. We are now Boone Memorial Health. And for you and your family, we are bringing
Owen Bryant will be on the mound today for the Logan All-Stars in their third game of this Little League tournament. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer on Video Productions. As Logan got here by winning on Friday night, defeating Sandy River 14-4 in 4 innings. And then yesterday, knocking off the Man All-Stars 11-1 in 4 innings. Chapmanville was one of the 2 teams that received the bye in the tournament, along with Man. And Chapmanville was able to win in their first game of the tournament yesterday, 15-5 in 6 innings against the Mullins All-Stars. That was a game that was 10-5 going into the 6th inning, and Chapmanville put up 5 more runs in that contest. Again, if you were with us earlier today, Mullins eliminated Sandy River 9-8 in a thrilling game where Sandy River had the bases loaded with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning and a ground out to second base. Keeps Mullins alive in this tournament, eliminated Sandy River, and then Madison dominant in their game against Man, winning 15-2 in 4 innings. So they advance, and it'll be Madison and Mullins tomorrow at 6 p.m. to see who advances to the finals of the loser's bracket. And whoever advances out of that game will face the loser of this game for the second and final spot in the state tournament later on this month. The winner of this game advances on to the state tournament as the 1 seed out of District 2. So these old rivals set to do battle once again as Chapmanville, the designated visiting team, with Logan rather, the designated home team for today's matchup, as Archer Altizer will stand in against Owen Bryant. First pitch on the way, fastball for a strike, and we are gone. Archer Altizer was 2 for 4 yesterday, grounded out, popped out, and had 2 singles and an RBI against Mullins. Bryant misses outside, 1-1. Again, hard-throwing right-hander for the Logan All-Stars. Corner's playing in on Altizer. In the event he was able to get a bunt down, perhaps, as there's a ball outside, 2-1. bit more overcast here on the field. Wind blowing, starting to cool down a little bit more. Altizer fouls that one off towards the right. Count evens up at 2-2. That's Ralph Perry, the home plate umpire, exchanges baseballs with Owen Bryant, gets him a fresh one. Here comes the 2-2 pitch from Bryant. That'll miss outside, and the count runs full to the leadoff man of this ball game. Fastball misses high, and ball 4. So Altizer will walk to start the contest, and that'll bring up Cooper Evans, the catcher. Rest of the Chapmanville lineup, batting third is Jacob Vance, the shortstop. Batting cleanup is Sawyer Dalton, the left fielder. In the 5 spot is Brody Belcher, the opposing pitcher. Batting 6th and playing first base is Evan Fleming. Batting 7th is Zeke Tiller, the center fielder. In the 8th spot is Xander McClung, the right fielder. And rounding out the lineup will be Ethan Casey, the third baseman. As Evans takes a strike, 0-1. Evans was 2 of 5 yesterday against Mullins, had 2 groundouts, reached on an error, had 2 singles and 2 RBIs in that win. Pitch misses low, 1-1. Now the sun coming back out again. It was roasting down on the field earlier today or near the end of the first game and all through the second game. So hopefully it gets a little bit lighter here in this final contest as the evening hours approach. Swing and a miss by Evans. He was tardy on that fastball from Bryant, 1-2. Bryant looking for the first out of the inning. Runner at first is Altizer after the leadoff walk. Strike 3 called at the knees, and that'll be out number 1 here in the top of the first inning. Batter now will be Jacob Vance. As the Logan defense, you have Thompson in left field, Hall in center field, Keyser in right field, Brown at third base, Frye at shortstop, Robinette at second, Hale at first, and Owen Bryant on the mound, Maynard behind home plate as that pitch gets away and scoots away from Maynard, and that'll be an easy take of second base for Altizer. There's a runner in scoring position now for Chapmanville here in the top of the first. Big rip by Vance, but came up empty, 1-1. Vance yesterday had a big day. Was 3 of 4 against Mullins, had a ground out, 2 singles, and a triple to go along with 3 RBIs in that win. Pitch misses low, gets away from Maynard immediately. Now they throw down on Altizer, and they've got him dead to rights at third. Maynard able to hang with it. Threw down to Brown, and they were able to tag Altizer out, and that'll wipe the bases clean for Chapmanville here in the top of the first. Okay, and Jacob Vance thought it was 2 balls and 1 strike, and Ralph Perry said 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Ralph Perry corrected himself, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Vance. There's a strike on the outside corner, 2-2. So after the leadoff walk, Owen Bryant trying to strike out his second batter in a row and put Chapmanville away here in the top of the first. That'll miss outside, 3-2. Bryant's thrown 15 pitches thus far here in the opening inning, and as we talked about before, the pitch count rule, 85 pitches is the maximum you can throw in a game. So working pitch counts will pay dividends as the game goes along, and that'll be ball 4 over the head of Vance, and that's the second walk issued by Bryant this inning. And that'll bring up Sawyer Dalton.
Number 61, Sawyer Dalton.
Dalton yesterday was hit by a pitch and walked in his 2 plate appearances. That one misses high, 1-0. Fastball misses low, 2-0 now the count. So Chapmanville electing to stay patient here in the early going at the plate. Yesterday they were very aggressive, but they want to try and work this pitch count with Bryan as much as possible. There's a fastball swing and a miss on the inside quarter, 2-1. And if you're looking at pitch count overall, again, this will be pitch number 20, so even if Chapmanville doesn't get a run here this inning, you can kind of feel like they feel it's a bit of a victory to get him up into the 20s already early on in this contest, and I'd say that Logan will be looking to do a lot of the same. That pitch missed inside on Dalton. Now the count 3-1. Swing and a miss on a fastball. The count runs full again. We talked about how walks were a bit of a problem for Logan in their first 2 games. They walked 7 batters and hit 2 against Sandy River, and walked quite a few yesterday against Man, and there's another walk. So that's 3 walks this inning given up by Bryan, along with a strikeout and a throw out of Altizer at third. And that'll bring up Brody Belcher. Belcher was 1 of 5 yesterday. He had 2 ground outs, a fly out, a line out, and also a triple in the win over Mullins. Belcher, chance to try and help himself here. That pitch misses over the head of Belcher, and that's going to allow both runners to move up. So now if Belcher can register a hit here, Chapmanville could take an early 2-0 lead. Thus far, Chapmanville batters have had trouble catching up to the heat of Bryant. Bryant trying to find the strike zone here. 1-0 the count. That one hits the inside corner, 1-1. Squares the bunt, tried to get it down, but fouls it over towards the third base side. Not a bad idea if you're Belcher. Again, you got a lot of speed on the base path. Figure he can beat that out if he gets down a good bunt. And saw Brown playing back at the third base bag. But now the count moves to 1-2, and Bryant a chance to work his way out of trouble here in the first. That one foul tipped. Belcher stays alive in the count. And again, that throw out at third base earlier this inning, definitely looming large now for both clubs. The big out for Logan could pose as a run that was not for Chapmanville, should they not get across here in this inning. Another 1-2. This one lifted into left field, sinking fast, and it'll fall in left field in front of Thompson. 1 run is in. Here comes Dalton. He takes the turn to home, and he'll score standing up. And a 2 RBI single by Brody Belcher has given Chapmanville an early 2-0 lead. Belcher stayed alive, fighting off a couple of pitches, and that one he was just able to muscle off the inside part of the bat into left field. Thompson was coming on quick, but that ball just kept sinking and sinking. And now we'll get a look at it here on our instant replay. Again, great job by Bryant jamming Belcher on that pitch. But Belcher, just so much strength, was able to muscle that out there into left field. And Chapmanville now with an early 2-0 lead here in the top of the first inning, as there's a strike into Evan Fleming, 0-1. Fleming 1 of 3 yesterday, struck out, grounded out, walked, and had a single, along with an RBI in the win over Mullins. And that one will miss inside, 2-0. Boy, Chapmanville has done a great job of just battling here in this first inning at the plate. Bryan has been overpowering, but they've been able to run these pitch counts deep, draw some walks, and just now getting their first hit of the inning. That was pitch number 30 already of this first inning for Owen Bryant. Belcher dancing around out at second base. Maynard just chasing him back to the bag as much as he can, as Bryant now gets the ball. We'll have to bring into question the depth of Logan's pitching. I don't know if Landon Hall's available today or not. We'll have to check on that. There's a swing and a miss by Fleming. It was foul tipped into the glove of Maynard. Nice squeeze by him, and the count now 2-2. Now Bryant one strike away from trying to end this top of the first inning. That one misses inside. So once again, Chapmanville able to battle this to a full count. I believe this is the third one, maybe even the fourth one of this first inning for Chapmanville. Bryant ready. Here comes the payoff pitch to Fleming. That'll miss inside, ball 4. The fourth walk of the inning from Bryant. And that'll bring up Zeke Tiller. And it's also going to bring a visit to the mound here from head coach Mike Roberts to try and settle his young buck down. As Shane Hall, also manager or coach for the Logan All-Stars for Chapmanville. Head coaches Jeff Fleming, Timmy Casey, and John Evans, coaches for the Chapmanville All-Stars. As we said, the walks were something that really piled up on Logan in those first 2 games. We talked about it with Sandy River. Logan walked in, I believe, 2 runs in that game. And then yesterday against Mann, I believe in the inning that Mann was able to play to run, there were several walks in that inning. And thus far here in the first inning today, that's now 4 walks against Bryant to go along with a strikeout, a throw out, and 1 hit, which was by Brody Belcher a moment ago. Now Zeke Tiller takes a strike inside, 0-1. Tiller yesterday was 1 of 3 in the win over Mullins. He doubled, struck out, and had an RBI sac fly along with a walk in that win. Here comes pitch number 35 of the first inning, by far the longest inning of work. Most pitches thrown in the half inning thus far in this district tournament. Let's count 0-2 now to Tiller, the center fielder. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Bryant gets his second strikeout of the inning, but not before Logan falls behind early on the 2 RBI single by Brody Belcher, and Chapmanville will take a 2-0 lead into the bottom of the first. We'll be back in 60 seconds as you are listening to and watching the live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia, has grown to become so much more. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. We are now Boone Memorial Health, and for you and your family, we are bringing medicine home.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit.
Chapmanville able to strike first on the 2 RBI single by Brody Belcher. They lead it 2-0 here at the top or the bottom of the first inning. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts, our engineer, as Logan will come to the plate for the first time. They'll be led off by Owen Bryant, followed by Carter Frye, and then Landon Hall. It's Owen Bryant, 2 of 3 in this tournament thus far. He's had a double, a ground out, a single. Yesterday, walked twice, was hit by a pitch as well. Actually got hit twice by a pitch yesterday. As Belcher pumps in a strike, 0-1. That one misses, 1-1. We saw Belcher in relief briefly yesterday against Mullins, came in, didn't go above the 20 pitch count rule, so that's why he's able to be back today. There's a nasty curveball from Belcher, drops in for a strike, 1-2. He was able to get that as a called third strike to end the game yesterday against Mullins as well. So Belcher's got some variety in his pitches. Comes back with a fastball and just missed. But all 4 pitches right around the plate right now for Belcher in the early going. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Evans able to pick it up, throws down to first to Fleming, and that will be the first out of the inning. Now it'll be Carter Frye. Frye, the shortstop. He's 4 of 6 in this tournament, having a great district tournament thus far. Reached on an error, flew out, walked, has 2 singles and 2 doubles, along with 4 RBIs. Right now, he and Maynard leading this district tournament in RBIs with 5 and 4 respectively. His first one to him will miss low, 1-0. Again, Landon Hall, the center fielder, batting 3rd. Dakota Maynard, the catcher, batting 4th. Carson Hale, the first baseman, in the 5 spot. That one will miss inside, 2-0. Trip Thompson, the left fielder, batting 6th. The right fielder, Dawson Keyser, batting 7th. Keaton Brown, batting 8th and playing 3rd base. And Nathan Robinette, the second baseman, rounding out the lineup, as this one will be hit back up the middle. Tough play, fielded by Vance. Strong throw over to first, but it gets away as Fleming able to get back to it in time. Tried to come back and tag out Frye, but unable to. And Vance did a great job of getting over and keeping that in the infield. But the throw just a little low, and Fleming had trouble trying to dig it out. As you see, it didn't take a hop up either to help Fleming out on that play. But Frye able to get that up the gut. Would have been a hit probably against most teams. That pitch misses and gets away, and that'll allow the runner to move over to second. So a runner in scoring position now for Logan. As Landon Hall, 2 of 5 in this district tournament, reached on an error, flew out. It was popped out, walked, had a single, had a 2-run home run yesterday, and was hit by a pitch. That one missing a little high, 2-0. And coming off the bench today for Logan will be Mason Krause and Chase Butcher. For Chapmanville, it'll be Preston Collins, Nate Farley, Trevin Nelson, and Jackson Thompson coming off the bench today, as there's a strike for Belcher, 2-1. This one hit hard towards third, knocked down over there by Casey, picked up by Vance, and he's going to come over, and he tags Frye out. What a play by Vance in order to cut down the lead runner. And really nothing wrong that Frye did there. He saw the ball ricochet off of Casey. You have to figure you're going to get over to third base, but Vance backed up the play beautifully and was able to tag him out for the second out of the inning. We saw something similar to that in the first game with Mullins today, when the ball ricocheted off the glove of Knuckles at third and right to the shortstop, who was able to throw out the runner at first. And almost something similar there as that pitch gets away, and the runner Hall will move over to second base. So now same situation that Logan and Chapmanville were in a moment ago, and Dakota Maynard the one that's at the dish. And he's been extremely difficult to get out in this tournament. 5 of 7 thus far as he takes a strike, 1-1. Maynard, only 2 outs he committed were a ground out and a pop out. Other than that, he has 2 singles and 3 doubles to his credit with 5 RBIs. And this could be another one, as this one's sinking down the left field line, and that's fair. Rounding third and coming home is Hall, and Logan has cut the Chapmanville lead in half at 2-1. They throw over now to first base as Maynard took a big turn over there, but he gets back safely. And Maynard continues to be a nightmare for opposing pitchers in this tournament, as that's now his 6th RBI overall to continue to lead this tournament in RBIs. That was a good pitch by Belcher that time, but just like Belcher did in the first inning, He was able to muscle that out into left field, and Maynard does the same as that pitch misses inside to Hale, 1-0. Hale, 3 of 6 in this tournament. 2 strikeouts, a fly out, has walked and has 3 singles and an RBI. That one will miss high, 2-0. Logan with a bit of a different approach at the plate than Chapmanville had in the first inning. Chapmanville more patient. Logan's come out being very aggressive. That will miss outside, 3-0. Belcher now, his pitch count starting to climb towards the 20s here in the first inning as he's at 18 going on 19 here. And that one's going to catch Hale right in the back. Thankfully he's okay as he gets up and goes towards first base. And that'll put runners at first and second now for Trip Thompson. Now we're going to have a visit here at the mound with Coach Fleming and Belcher. That was really the first batter that Belcher looked like he just lost complete control of his stuff. So we saw a visit to the mound for Logan in the first inning as well for Owen Bryant to try and get him settled down. He was able to come back after that and record the third out of the inning. Now Belcher ready to go again after the infield meets. Again, 2-1 Chapmanville leads it here in the bottom of the first inning. This the championship game of the winners bracket. The winner moves on to the state tournament in Martinsburg later on this month. The loser's still in it, but they'll have to win on Wednesday against the winner of Mullins and Madison tomorrow. That one right down the pipe for a strike, 0-1. Thompson, 1 of 3 in the tournament, reached on an error, grounded out, and had a single yesterday as that one skips in. Nice stop by Evans in order to keep the runners at first and second. That one missed just outside, and thus far, neither pitcher getting that outside corner call. We've seen Belcher hit it several times. We saw Bryant hit it as well, but neither getting that location today as that one fouled out of play by Thompson. Count goes to 2-2. So it's going to be a tougher strike zone, it looks like, in this final game for both pitchers. Now Belcher with a 2-2 count on Thompson. Comes with a curveball, misses high, and now the count runs full. Comes a big payoff pitch here with 2 outs. Swung on, foul tipped into the glove, and Evans is able to snag it for out number 3, the second strikeout of the inning for Belcher as well. But Logan gets 1 run back. We head to the top of the second inning. It's Chapmanville leading it 2-1 here in the finals of the winners bracket of the District 2 11 and 12-year-old tournament. We'll be back after this as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
Top of the second inning, we move now here from Tracy Vickers Little League Field in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer, for our final game of today's action. As Chapmanville and Logan battling for a spot in the state tournament in Martinsburg. And after one inning of play, Chapmanville leads it 2-1. As it'll be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters this inning for Chapmanville, as Xander McClung will lead things off, followed by Ethan Casey, and then back to the top of the order with Archer Altizer. Bryant comes up with his first offering, misses inside and low, 1-0. So after one inning pitching-wise, Belcher threw 25 pitches. Bryant now, after one inning and one pitch, at 37 pitches. That one will miss inside, ball 2. Again, Bryant gave up 4 walks and had 2 strikeouts in the first inning, along with the 1 hit he surrendered to Belcher. There he finds a strike to McClung, 2-1. You can see the strategy clear as day from Chapmanville. They're getting up there and they're staying patient right now on Bryant, making him throw strikes and making his pitch count come up as McClung hits one to the right side off the glove of Hill. Ricochets right to Robinette and in time to first for out number 1. Great concentration there by Robinette after that in order to stick with it and record the first out of the inning. So almost reminiscent of what we saw over on the left side for Chapmanville in the last inning. So we've seen some great job by these teams backing each other up defensively already. Now you get Ethan Casey, squares the bunt, can't get it down. That'll be strike 1. Casey 1 for 2 in this tournament. He walked, he lined out, and he singled in his 3 plate appearances. There's a strike on the inside corner from Bryant, counting out 0-2. So this pitch, Bryant will cross the halfway mark of his pitch allotment for the game, and we're only 1 1/3 inning in right now for him. The 0-2 swung on a miss, strike 3. He got Casey to chase after that one a little upstairs, and there is the 3rd strikeout for Bryant. And that'll bring us back to the top of the order for Chapmanville with Archer Altizer. And Altizer walked back in the first inning, was then later thrown out trying to take 3rd on a pass ball. This one nubbed towards the right side, picked up by Hill. He'll win the race to the bag, and a nice 1-2-3 inning for Bryant as he retires Chapmanville in order. We head to the bottom of the second inning with Chapmanville leading it 2-1 here from Tracy Vickers Little League Field. We'll be back after this break as you are watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Want it? Click it.
Reserve it and drive it.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill. That's right. Getting your new vehicle just got easier.
Visit any of our 6 locations and get a personalized experience in preferencing your next new vehicle.
Tag one of our pre-built invoices.
Or let's customize your exact features with our easy built-to-order process.
All we have to offer with shopping ease at ThornhillAutomotive.com.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride on the
Thornhill Motor Mile.
A new day begins. And what happens today must be covered, reported, and passed on to everyone in the region we serve. We are journalists, staff writers, editors, storytellers. Who are we? We are HD Media, trustworthy and always here for the times we live in.
Two to one, Chapmanville leads it as we move to the bottom of the second inning. Chris Kidd with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. Butch Mounts, our executive producer on video production, bringing you all these games this week. This is our 7th game out of 9 that we'll have this week. So we had 2 on Friday, 2 yesterday, and 3 today on this beautiful 4th of July holiday weekend. Belcher's first pitch to Dawson Keyser misses, 1-0. Keyser 1 of 4 in this district tournament, 3 strikeouts and a single to his credit. Belcher misses outside, 2-0. This one lifted in the air into left field, backing up on it towards the wall, and it is caught by Dalton. What a snag by Dalton. That ball looked like it might have a chance to leave the yard for a moment, and Dalton kept running and running to his side and able to locate that ball for the first out of the inning. As you see it here on our replay, what a grab by Sawyer Dalton. And not sure if he was able to locate the wall as he was running back after that, but he just kept chugging to try and keep up with that rocket from Keyser. And that'll be a long out to start the bottom of the second inning as he pumps a strike into Keaton Brown, 0-1. Keaton Brown 1 for 2 in the tournament. Strikeout and a single, along with an RBI for him. And there's a nice curveball for Belcher, got Brown out in front, 0-2. Belcher with 2 strikeouts, make it 3 as he retires Brown on 3 pitches. Maybe starting to see these 2 young hurlers settle in now after a little bit of a bumpy start for both. Brown had a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the second, and now Belcher looking for one himself. Robinette, he's had a good tournament thus far. 2 of 3 at the plate. He's struck out, he's walked, he's got a pair of singles to his credit, along with 3 RBIs driven in. Right now trying to see if he can get on base and rotate things back to the top of the order for Logan. He gets ahead in the count 2-0. There's a strike right down Broadway, 2-1. Tries to come inside but misses, and now the count runs to 3-1. Belcher continues to work quickly on the rubber. That one's going to miss low, ball 4. So that's the first walk given up by Belcher in this contest, and that'll bring it back to the top of the order with Owen Bryant. Bryant struck out in his first plate appearance against Belcher to lead off the game. That was the first strikeout Bryant's had in this this district tournament. That one in for a strike, 0-1. Bryant stands at 44 pitches overall. This will be pitch 38 for Belcher. That'll miss high. So it definitely looks like, unless both teams start swinging away a little bit more, that we're definitely going to see the bullpen on both sides sometime today. That one fouled off home plate by Bryant, and the count to 1-2. That's what good hitting teams do. They make good pitchers work, and in Little League, if you can make teams do that and get into their bullpen, that'll make life a lot easier for you in the later innings. And there's strike 3 swinging as Belcher retires Bryant for the second time via the strikeout. That's his 4th strikeout overall. We're 2 innings deep, and it's 2-1 Chapmanville leading Logan here in this championship game of the winners bracket. You're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
What started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia has grown to become so much more. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. We are now Boone Memorial Health, and for you and your family, we are bringing medicine
After a long first inning for both clubs, quick second inning as Chapmanville continues to hold the lead at 2-1 as we start the top of the third. Chris Kidd with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, on video productions, as Ralph Perry calls for time. Apparently there was a ball that was still out over along the third base side. And they throw it over, and John Evans had to duck for cover there for a second. That ball came flying near him, first base coach for Chapmanville. And after John Evans able to retrieve that ball, now his son Cooper Evans will stand in to lead off this second inning. Evans struck out his first time up, lays down a bunt, and it's going to stay in fair ground. Throw down to first is in time, as Evans tried to slide in there to first. But a great job by Logan that time. Great cover by Hell, as that was a tough play to make. Evans was right there in the line of where they were trying to throw the ball to, and Evans with a lot of speed as well. There you see just barely beat him to the bag by about half a slide there. That'll be the first out of the top of the third inning as Jacob Vance steps in. That'll be a ball high, 1-0. And Chapmanville started the game being more patient at the plate. Now you see them trying to be a little bit more aggressive here as we reach the middle innings. That's the second straight at bat where they went after the first pitch. That's a ball just off the plate. You hear the groans from the Logan crowd, but again, it's been consistent behind the plate on that location. Again, we saw Belcher hit it, we've seen Bryan hit it, but it's been a ball all game long. And that's all you can hope for and ask for from a home plate umpire, as Vance went chasing after that high heater and came up empty, 2-1. I think that's all any coach will ever ask, is that it be consistent throughout the game. So if it's being given, then keep it that way, and if it's not, then keep it that way as well. Swing and a miss as Bryant gets a fastball by Vance. Now it evens up the count at 2-2. This will be pitch number 50 for Bryant. That time high heat misses and the count runs full. Vance walked in his first plate appearance back in the first inning, where Bryant had his difficulties, where he walked 4, but has settled in since then. Vance calls for time late and is able to get it. Again, Vance 3 hits yesterday in the win over Mullins. Swing and a miss, and no, Ralph Berry says foul ball instead. The reason why is because it went off of him. But now Coach Roberts wanting to appeal here. So we'll take a look at it here on our replay. And you see it was swung through and it hit Perry. But it didn't look like Vance made contact on that. I might be wrong. But now, much like in the second game earlier today between Madison and Mann, conference going on amongst the umpires, and the official ruling is foul ball. And I think at the end of the day, that's probably the right call. Again, they were able to get it right in the second game today, and I think overall they get it right here as well. Now Vance chokes up on the bat. 3-2 pitch coming again. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That'll be strikeout number 4 now for Owen Bryant. 2 down quickly here in the third inning. He's retired his last 6 batters now that he's faced. Still only surrendered 1 hit in this game, but it was a big one, that 2 RBI single from Belcher, and now Collins will bat in place of Sawyer Dalton. Collins yesterday was 1 for 1 with an RBI in the win over Mullins. So this game may be starting to turn into what we thought it might turn into at the start, a bit of a pitcher's duel. But both these clubs so efficient at the plate as well. It's hard to find easy outs on either roster from what we've seen thus far in this district tournament. Now Bryant wants to confer with everyone over on the infield. After throwing 36 pitches in the first inning, the last 1 2/3 inning, Bryant's only had to throw 16 pitches. So he's been much more efficient and has not walked a batter since the first inning. That one right down the pipe, 0-1. As Chapmanville have 4 players coming off the bench, Logan with 2. Collins now squaring to bunt. We'll see if he stays with that as the infield moves in. He will try and bunt it, but it's popped straight up right to Bryant, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So another 1-2-3 inning for Owen Bryant. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd inning with Chapmanville still leading it 2-1. You're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. We never stop because life never stops.
At Childers Enterprises, your comfort is our business. We're always on the go. Childers Enterprises is your train comfort specialist in Southern West Virginia. Choose train and feel pretty comfortable in your home.
Make that one call to Childers Enterprises for your free estimate.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Zachy Lawton. I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. When I'm back home in Charleston, you can find me in my local Par-Mar store.
We had that gold and blue pride at Par-Mar. There are literally hundreds of Par-Mar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par-Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par-Mar. West Virginia proud, West Virginia strong, and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Logan All-Stars as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 2-1, Chapmanville leads it. Chris Kidd with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As Carter Frye reached on an error his first time up. Swing and a miss on a high heater from Belcher. Count at 0-1. Belcher trying to match Owen Bryant's 0 he put on the board in the top half of the inning. It's going to be a slow roller out towards short. Vance up with it, strong throw over to Fleming, and able to get Frye. And what an arm by Vance out there at shortstop. We've seen those type of balls be infield hits throughout the week, and Vance just unloaded on that. We've seen quite a few good shortstops this week. Again, we've seen Owen Bryant make some great plays for Logan out at short. Vance, seen Dent for Madison, Chapman for Mullins. Made that great play today on that ricochet to throw the runner out at first. There's been some talented baseball in the District 2 realm over the last 4 or 5 days. Both pitches to Hell miss low in the count 2-0. Hell was hit by a pitch, or Hall rather, excuse me, was able to reach on a fielder's choice his first time up. He takes 3 straight balls here. Now we'll see if Hall gets the green light on 3-0. He'll take a strike. And Brody Belcher, he doesn't mess around on the mound. Once he's ready to go, he's ready to go. He knows what he wants to throw. So here comes a 3-1 now, and that's going to hit him again. That's the second hit batter of the game. He's hit Hall and he's hit Hell now. That's now the second time in this tournament Landon Hall's been hit by a pitch, and that'll bring up Dakota Maynard.
Now batting, number 12, Dakota Maynard.
Dakota Maynard now 6 of 8 in this district tournament. Had the RBI single back in the first inning to cut this lead to 2-1. There's a strike taking off for second. Nobody covering as they throw it out towards center field, but good job backing it up that time by Altizer. And again, Hall just so much speed on the base path. He's able to get a straight steal pretty easily right there. Coach Roberts coming out to talk to Ralph Perry about something here. appears everybody's satisfied with whatever they had to tell each other. It's now Evans wanting to come out and confer with Belcher here. Is this a big moment in this game? Bottom of the third inning, 2-1 Chapmanville leads it. Tying run for Chapmanville now at second base. And you've got one of the most dangerous hitters in this district standing at the plate in Maynard. As Maynard will come back over now. Just getting confirmation on that meeting, and Robbie Mount's able to inform us they were trying to confer on whether or not he left early from first base, Hall, but they say no. And now this one rocketed towards second, and it gets through into center field. Here comes Hall around third. The throw will come into second, and it gets away, and that's going to move Maynard over to second base now, and Logan has tied the game at 2 apiece. So throwing error back on the infield allows Logan to put the potential go-ahead run now out at second base. And Maynard picks up his 7th RBI of this district tournament. And he's just been so dangerous overall. And he can hit to all sides of the field too. Again, a single to left, a single to right now. And that gives Carson Hale an opportunity here to try and give Logan their first lead of the game as he was hit by a pitch first time up. There's a strike in, 0-1. And now Coach Roberts coming out to confer again here. And it looks like he wants a courtesy runner to come out here in place of Maynard. Trying to see who they're going to bring out. Looks like they're going to put Keyser over at second base, try and get more speed on the base path in the event of a base hit here. And I think Ralph Perry might have been a little annoyed at some of the continuous stoppages there. So I think he's not wanting Belcher to have to lose any of his rhythm on the mound. And now Coach Fleming's going to come out, and he's going to discuss things. Maybe that's what he's wanting to discuss, is whether or not these things should be taking place prior to the first pitch of the at-bat or not. As Belcher gotten ahead 0-1 on Hale. And then that's whenever the courtesy runner was asked for by Coach Roberts, which he obviously has every right to ask for in that spot. I think maybe it's just at the timing of when it's being requested that maybe is being questioned over here. Now it looks like we're ready to go back to action as we're all even at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the third inning. 1 out and a runner at second for Logan, 0-1 count. Now time called again. And now we're ready to go back to action. Belcher winds and delivers. Hale squaring the bunt. Ends up pulling back. Nice stop by Evans that time. That was a tough backhanded stop in the dirt, but he was able to come up with it. Keeps Keyser at second base for the time being. Hale squaring the bunt again as Belcher just tried to lob that one in for a strike, but it missed for a ball. I think Belcher wanted Hale to try and put down that bunt that time so they could try and get the out at least at first. That'll miss outside, 3-1. So after the first inning of work, wouldn't have thought that Belcher would have caught up to Bryan on the pitch count. But now this will be the 54th pitch for Belcher. That'll be missed low, and that'll be ball 4. So now both Belcher and Bryan at 54 pitches, but Belcher still with a decent amount of work to do here in the bottom of the third inning. Now he'll deal with Trip Thompson, who he struck out to end the first inning. Thompson squaring to bunt, gets one down, and it's just going to roll foul. If not, that would have been bases loaded with one out. Thompson got down a good bunt that time. It just barely rolled into foul territory. And Thompson does have a hit in this tournament. Was able to record that yesterday against Mann. This one hit towards third, fielded there. Casey's got the force out at third, and he'll take it for the second out of the inning. So Thompson will reach on the fielder's choice, but they do eliminate Keyser from the base path. And now it is Keyser's turn at bat, but it looks like it's going to be Mason Krause batting in his place, and it will be. Krause 1 for 2 in this state tournament. He struck out, he's walked, and he has a single. Belcher ready to deliver. That one misses high. Count it 1-1, or 2-0 rather. Swing and a miss by Krause. Count 2-1. Chance for Logan to try and take the lead for the first time this evening. That one in for a strike, 2-2. So that was pitch number 60 now for Belcher. Trying to keep this at a tie ball game heading to the fourth. Swing and a miss by Krause, and that'll do it for Logan in the bottom of the third inning, but not before they even things up. On the second RBI single of the game by Dakota Maynard, we're halfway home and we're all square at 2-2. Back after this break as you are watching live streaming coverage of the District 2 Little League Baseball Tournament presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek.
After 3 innings of play, we're all even at 2 apiece here in this championship game of the winners bracket to see who moves on to the state tournament later this month. Chris Kidd with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, for today's contest. As Brody Belcher will stand in, the 5, 6, 7 hitters this inning for Chapmanville. As they're going to try and solve this puzzle, it is Owen Bryan, as he's had them on their heels since the first inning. That one will miss over the head of Belcher, 2-0. And Chapmanville made Bryant work 36 pitches in the first inning, drew 4 walks, had a 2 RBI single, but since then it's been all Bryant as he's retired the last 7 batters he's faced. But it was Belcher who did get the only blemish hit-wise on Bryant's resume for this game. Count now 2-1. Trying to come in with a curveball, a missed high, 3-1. That'll miss high as well, ball 4. That's the first walk given up by Bryant since the first inning when he walked those 4s. That's 5 walks now overall for the righty. That'll bring up Evan Fleming. Fleming was the last batter to walk against Bryant prior to the walk just issued to Belcher. That one misses high, 1-0. That was pitch number 64, Bryant. That one in for a strike, 1-1. Fleming looking for his second hit of this tournament. Had one yesterday. That one misses upstairs. Now the count 2-1. Chapmanville with a first base runner since the first inning. Trying to see if they can capitalize here and retake the lead. That'll miss outside. Nice job by Kraus keeping that close to him. As you can see, Belcher's looking for any excuse to try and take off for second base. But now the count 3-1. So let's see if Fleming gets a green light here on 3-1, or they make Bryant come to the dish. He will get the green light, but comes up empty. So the count is run full now to the Chapmanville first baseman. So here comes pitch number 65. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he got Fleming on the inside corner for the first out here in the top of the 4th. That's now 5 strikeouts overall for Owen Bryant. Now Coach Fleming coming out, I believe addressing substitution here, as Trevin Nelson will stand in to bat in place of Zeke Tiller. As Nelson had a sacrifice bunt yesterday in the win over Mullins. In Chapmanville, after Nelson, they'll have still Farley and Thompson. That'll still come up to bat.
Now batting, number 99, Trevin Nelson.
It looks like Logan anticipating a bunt attempt here as Hale has moved in on the first base side. And he will swing away, but comes up empty on the first offering, 0-1. There's a fastball right down the pipe, 0-2. So after a little bit of a struggle to start this inning, Bryant starting to get his bearings back. He fought back to strike out Fleming, now gets ahead 0-2 on Nelson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts for Bryant, numbers 5 and number 6 for this game. 2 away now here in the top of the 4th inning, and that'll bring up Xander McClung.
Stepping into the batter's box, number 13, Xander McClung.
Belcher still standing over at first base after that leadoff walk. There's a strike right down the middle again, 0-1. Here comes pitch number 70 from Bryant. Strike 2. That's now 5 straight strikes now from Bryant. 1 away from moving on to the bottom of the 4th, and McClung able to spoil it as he fouls it off to the right. Ralph Perry gives a new baseball over for Bryant. Here comes another 0-2 pitch to McClung. That one's going to miss low, and that'll allow Belcher to scoot over to second base. And Bryant holds his hands up to Krause to tell him don't make a throw down that time. He knew Belcher was going to be there standing up, so good move by Bryant. But now a base hit could give Chapmanville the lead back. 1-2. Swung on and hit towards the right side, but that's going to drift foul and out of play. McClung able to make Bryant battle a little bit longer here in the top of the fourth inning. As he grounded out to second base his last time up. Looks like they're trying to move in the right fielder this time. As Thompson scooting a few more steps in as McClung able to hold up on that fastball that was high. Belcher halfway down the third baseline. Now they'll throw over to third and chase him back. Trying to see if he can induce a throw and maybe a throwing error to try and get him home. Now here comes pitch number 75 as McClung's had an extended at bat here. And he fouls it straight back towards us. The count remains 2-2. These are the at-bats that can pay dividends later on. Again, whether it's getting the pitch count up or just getting the timing down of Bryant a little bit more. McClung doing an excellent job thus far. Bryant not ready to give in, though, as here comes another 2-2 pitch. This is high, 3-2. And now Belcher will take off to third. The throw is low, and he gets in underneath the tag, as that was another bang-bang play over there. Robinette had the tag on. It was a perfect throw. But Belcher too quick and able to get there just in time. And now a 3-2 pitch coming to McClung. Strike three called right at the knees. And Bryant finally wins the battle against McClung to retire Chapmanville here in the top of the fourth inning as he strikes out the side. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning, still all even at 2 apiece as you are watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Want it? Click it.
Reserve it and drive it.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
That's right. Getting your new vehicle just got easier.
Visit any of our 6 locations and get a personalized experience in preferencing your next new vehicle.
Tag one of our pre-built invoices.
Or let's customize your exact features with our easy built-to-order process.
All we have to offer with shopping ease at ThornhillAutomotive.com.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride on the Thornhill Motor Mile.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
It's been a pitcher's duel ever since the first inning between Belcher and Bryant. And right now, Logan coming to bat here in the bottom of the fourth inning with a score all even at 2 apiece in this matchup to see who will move on to the state tournament as the 1 seed out of this district later this month. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As Chase Butcher will be up for his first at bat of the game. Butcher is 3 for 3 in this tournament, 2 walks, 3 singles, and an RBI. So he's been a very difficult out as well, as that was pitch number 62 from Belcher. Owen Bryan at 77 pitches now. There's a strike right down the pipe. So you imagine next inning, will be the last bit of work that Bryant will get. Depending on what Belcher can do this inning, this could be it for him. But he's going to try and squeeze out as much as he can. This one slapped towards right side, and that is fair down the right field line. This is going to be extra bases for Butcher as chased down over in the corner by McClung, still trying to find it. Now turning for third. Altizer won't have much of a throw there, and that'll be a leadoff triple for Butcher to start the bottom of the fourth inning. As that ball landed right on the line down the right field side and just rolled right into that corner. And once McClung bobbled it for a second, Butcher had his mind on three and was able to get there. And now Logan with a golden opportunity to take their first lead of this game. As Chapmanville led it 2-0 after the top of the first, and Logan got a run back in the bottom of the first, got another run in the bottom of the third. And now here comes Krause on to courtesy run. So now that's the last courtesy runner I think Logan can have in this game. As Robinette will stand in. Robinette walked in his first plate appearance today. This one hit back up the middle, and that'll be enough to give Logan the lead as Vance's only throw is to first, and he will get the out there. But Robinette picks up his fourth RBI of this district tournament. And Logan now holds a 3-2 lead as Belcher came in to try and say that Krause didn't touch home plate and tried to step on him himself, but Ralph Perry says no. And the appeal will go for naught as Logan now with a 3-2 lead, bases cleared. And back to the top of the order for Logan as Bryant gets jammed on the inside pitch, and he puts it right back at Butcher, who catches the lazy pop out for the second out of the inning. Now, much needed quick out there for Belcher and the Chapmanville defense, as that'll bring up Carter Frye now. Carter Frye's 0 for 2. He reached on an error in the first inning and grounded out to shortstop in the third inning. That pitch, fastball, misses up top, 1-0. That one misses low. Looked like Evans and Belcher were mixed up on that pitch. Evans was moving one way, and then Belcher came another with a pitch. That one will skip in low and miss 3-0. That was pitch number 70 for Belcher. If Frye can reach, that'll bring up Landon Hall next, the number 3 hitter, and that's a 4-pitch walk. So the inning continues for Logan. And now Landon Hall hit into a fielder's choice and was hit by a pitch in his first 2 plate appearances. Not sure what time is being called for now. But it looks like maybe another visit to the mound here. And this might be it for Belcher, as that was 71 pitches, and it looks like Coach Fleming is going to lift him here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they're going to go with Vance now, who came in relief briefly yesterday. So while Vance warms up, we'll step aside for a break and be back after this as you are watching the District 2 Little League Little League District Tournament with us, presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
What started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia has grown to become so much more. Introducing Boone Memorial Health, a modern state-of-the-art healthcare provider that has expanded its technology, capabilities, and footprint to meet the needs of our growing service area. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. Our commitment to the communities we serve goes even further as we look to the future to make our region a better place to live, work, learn, and play. We are now Boone Memorial Health. And for you and your family, we are bringing
Landon Hall back at dish here as 2 outs. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Logan has taken a 3-2 lead. Chris Kidd with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, as first pitch from Vance misses and gets away. And that'll allow Frye to move over to second base. Vance, very hard thrower. Just a matter of if he's got his control down. We saw him yesterday have a lot of heat behind that right hand, and there you see it. We've seen it from shortstop as well. A little erratic, but did settle down yesterday and was able to record the outs he needed. That one misses outside. Frye thought about taking off for third, but Evans made another great stop back there. Now the count to 2-1. Chapmanville trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit going to the 5th inning. This one hit back up the middle. Nice glove by Vance. He's just going to run it over himself, and he'll step on the bag for out number 3. But after the leadoff triple by Butcher, an RBI ground out by Robinette gives Logan its first lead of the game at 3-2. We head to the top of the 5th after this, with Chapmanville coming to bat, trying to regain the lead or at least get this back to an all-square ball game as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville. Takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
Three to 2, Logan leads it as we start the top of the 5th inning. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer. It'll be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters this inning for Chapmanville, as it'll be Nathan Farley, to start things out. This will be the third Chapmanville batter off the bench here. Farley 0 for 1 with a pop out yesterday. He'll take a strike from Bryant. 0-1 as Bryant has precious few pitches left now in this game. He's got to make each one of them count for Logan. He's at 78, now 79 pitches as it comes inside, 1-1. Yeah, I think Hale is available for Logan. I don't know about Hall at this point. I don't believe he is. That one will miss high, 2-1. But you've also got Frye over at shortstop. So Logan, much like Chapmanville, has different options. Chapmanville said they've got as much as 6 pitchers that they can put out there. That one's going to miss, 3-1. So Farley has pushed that pitch count up to 81 now. And it'd be big for Chapmanville if they can get the leadoff man on here to start the 5th. There's strike 2 right at the knees. After Farley bats, then things get back to the top of the order for Chapmanville. So here comes a huge pitch in this game. Strike 3 called as Bryant able to battle back and record a huge out to start the top of the 5th inning. That's now 8 strikeouts in the game. 4-0 Bryant, and that's his 4th strikeout in a row. Now here's Archer Altizer, who's 0 for 1 today. He walked in the first inning and grounded out to first base his last time up. Takes a big rip at the first pitch, 0-1. Well, this will be the last at bat of the game for Bryant on the mound, as this will be his 85th pitch, but he is allowed to finish the at bat. Off-speed pitch comes in, gets Altizer out in front, 0-2. Bryant trying to finish with a flurry here, 0-2 count. This is outside, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and what a job by Owen Bryant today. 4 2/3 innings. He strikes out 9 overall, including the last 5 he faced. He walked 5, but 4 of those coming in the first inning, and great job by him settling himself down after a tough first inning. He only surrendered 1 hit in the contest, and that was to Belcher back in the first inning, that 2 RBI single, and he gets much deserved congratulations from his teammates and coaches after that effort. And now Logan will have to go to the bullpen here, and it looks as if they're going to bring in number 13 Landon Hall, who is available to pitch, as he did start the other night against Sandy River, and he'll now come in to see if he can record the last 4 outs for Logan to send them to the state tournament. We'll be back after this 60-second break as you're watching the District 2 11 and 12-year-old Little League Baseball Tournament presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Hi, I'm Casey Legg, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home in Charleston, you will find me at my local Par-Mar store.
We had that golden blue pride at Par-Mar. There are literally hundreds of Par-Mar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par-Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par-Mar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Par-Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
What started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia has grown to become so much more. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. We are now Boone Memorial Health, and for you and your family, we are bringing medicine
Cooper Evans stands in now as Landon Hall coming in relief as he starts out with a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Cooper Evans 0 for 2 today, struck out and grounded out back to the pitcher. This one hit back to the pitcher, and once again Hall able to snag it. Great job by him as he runs it over to the bag and flips it over for out number 3. So Logan keeps their 1-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We'll be back after this break as you are watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville. Takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
Logan now will send their 4, 5, 6 hitters up here in the bottom of the 5th inning, trying to extend their lead. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer, as Dakota Maynard, who has been a thorn in the side of every pitcher in this tournament so far. 7 of 9 now overall in this district tournament, and has 2 RBI singles today that have proved to be the difference in this contest. Let's count 1-1. Vance back on the rubber here for Chapmanville, trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit going into the top of the 6th inning if he can. Swing and a miss by Maynard, 1-2. And Vance can go beyond 20 pitches here because whoever loses this game will still have tomorrow off. And you can get up to 35 pitches and still be able to come back after 1 day's rest. Wow, unbelievable hit by Maynard that time. Vance left that one up in the zone with a curve, and that was just a tomahawk chop into left field by Dakota Maynard. He's 3 for 3 today, 8 for 10 in this tournament. Let's take a look at that again on our HD Media Instant Replay. Watch this. That's incredible hitting by Dakota Maynard. I mean, that's not a good pitch to swing at if you're baseball coach watching that, but that just goes to show the type of talent he has with a bat at the plate. Normally you see a lot of kids do that and they just chop into the ground and have no chance at it. I thought it was just going to be a ball at first that he was going to let go, but he went after that thing, was able to get that into left field. So he's now officially batting .800 in this tournament. The only times he got out was a ground out and a pop out. So it's just been a great 3 games for Maynard as there's a strike into Hell. Hell today has been hit by a pitch and walked in his 2 plate appearances. That one misses low, gets away. Maynard, though, will hold over at first base. That fastball misses high, 2-1. Hill, a little indecisive on that swing, but was able to get a piece of it to foul it off to the right. Count now evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vance ready, the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Hill tried to bail out, but that ball hung in there. That'll be the first out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Next up the bat, number 73, Trip Thompson.
That'll bring up Trip Thompson. So 0 for 2 today. He struck out and hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Squaring to bunt. Tried to get it down, but fouled it off home plate. Nearly got down a great bunt down the 3rd base line his last time up, but it just trickled foul on him. I'm going to see if they can maybe bunt over Maynard to second base and give Keyser a chance to drive him in. So let's see if Thompson squares the bunt again here. This time he takes a rip at it and fouls it back into the screen. And the winner moves on to the state tournament in Martinsburg as the 1 seed out of this district. The loser will come back on Wednesday and take on either Mullins or Madison in the finals of the losers bracket to see who will be the 2 seed out of the district, as Thompson will foul it out of play to the right. And Mullins and Madison. Mullins and Madison will face off tomorrow at 6 p.m. We'll have that game for you here on Video Productions. Then the winner of that game will get the loser of this game on Wednesday. Strike 3 called on Thompson on the outside corner as Vance back-to-back strikeouts. Puts 2 away after the leadoff single by Maynard, and now Dawson Keyser stands in. Keyser hit a deep fly ball into left field his last time up and got robbed of a hit. Now up the middle, that ball knocked down by Belcher, but everyone's going to be safe as that'll be a hit for Keyser. It's going to be a tough play for Belcher either way, even if he came up with that clean with the speed of Keyser on the base path. And now that's going to bring up Chase Butcher again. Talk about Maynard batting .800 in this tournament. Well, Chase Butcher's batting 1,000 right now. He's 4 for 4 in this tournament, and his triple down the right field line in last inning eventually turned into the go-ahead run after Robinette was able to ground out to shortstop and brought him home. Count 1-0 here. There's a strike, 1-1. And Butcher can get a hit here and try and extend this lead to 2. That would be massive for Landon Hall whenever he comes back out to try and put the nails in the coffin in the top of the 6th inning. This one chopped towards first base side, and that hits Keyser, and he's going to be out. That would have been a tough play, but Keyser just had to try and get his head down and get over to second. But since that collided with him, then he will be out on the base path, and that'll do it here in the bottom of the 5th inning for Logan. 3-2, the Logan All-Stars lead it as we go to the top of the 6th. Chapmanville's last chance to try and tie and extend this game. We'll be back right after this as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia, has grown to become so much more. Introducing Boone Memorial Health, a modern state-of-the-art healthcare provider that has expanded its technology, capabilities, and footprint to meet the needs of our growing service area. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. Our commitment to the communities we serve goes even further as we look to the future to make our region a better place to live, work, learn, and play. We are now Boone Memorial Health. And for you and your family, we are bringing medicine.
Perhaps the last call for the Chapmanville All-Stars here today, as Logan is 3 outs away from moving on to the state tournament. Chapmanville needs a run to extend this game. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts our engineer. And it'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Chapmanville with Jacob Vance leading off. Hall gets a fastball by him, 0-1. Again, this tough Chapmanville lineup hitting-wise has been held to just 1 hit today, and that was back in the first inning from Brody Belcher. After that, Owen Bryant has had control of this game. He had to exit with 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning after reaching his pitch threshold. And now Landon Hall on to try and nail it down as he gets ahead 0-2 on Vance. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It gets away. He just now realizes it. They go back to get it. The throw over to first is high, and he's out over at first. Hale was able to keep his foot on the bag on that high throw from Maynard, but Maynard just had to get rid of it with Vance's speed down the first base side. Let's take a look at it here on our instant replay. Again, great job and great stretch by Hale that time to keep his foot on the bag for the first out of the inning. And now looks like it's going to be Jackson Thompson batting in place of Sawyer Dalton here. Thompson yesterday was 1 for 3, struck out, grounded out, and had an RBI single against Mullins. Trying to get a base runner on for Chapmanville to apply some pressure to Logan. That was now the 10th strikeout overall for Logan pitching in this game. That one misses outside, 1-0. That's a sign of a good catcher from Maynard. He was asking Ralph Perry, did he miss that outside or high, just to try and get his location a little bit better. And there it was perfect as Hall pumps in a fastball for a strike. 1-1. 1-2 as he gets that one by Thompson. Now the Logan section starting to sense it here. They're 2 outs away from going back to the state tournament. That one will miss outside to Thompson, 2-2. Again, this game has been nip and tuck and hard fought from the first inning on. It's been a pitcher's duel all the way. And now the pitching of Logan has them 1 strike away from a district title and a trip to the state tournament. As Hall gets his 2nd strikeout of the inning, and now Brody Belcher, the lone Chapmanville All-Star, to get a hit today as he drove in 2 runs back in the first inning, trying to extend this game for Chapmanville. Hall ready to deal. That one in for a strike, 0-1. As Logan pitching has struck out 7 of the last 8 Chapmanville batters they faced here in this contest, as this one fouled off by Belcher to the right, and now Logan 1 strike away. As Ralph Perry gives Landon Hall a new baseball. Landon Hall hopes this is the last one he'll have to touch here today, as he can send Logan to Martinsburg with 1 more strike. The 0-2. This is just outside 1-2, as you could sense the Logan side ready to erupt that time, thinking that it might have been strike 3. But now the count to 1-2 as the pacing in the Logan dugout continues right now. This one lifted in the air to right. Coming on and not able to get there in time is Thompson. Belcher will round first, dig for second. He might be able to get to third, and he'll get there standing up. A 2-out triple by Brody Belcher gives Chapmanville a pulse here in the top of the 6th inning. So Belcher with the only 2 hits of this game for Chapmanville, the first hit for Chapmanville since the top of the 1st inning. And now it'll be up to Evan Fleming. Fleming today has walked and struck out in his 2 plate appearances. And now big issue as well for Logan. You can't allow a pass ball. You got to imagine Belcher's going to be coming on anything that might get by Maynard if it does. And there's a strike into Fleming, 0-1. Hall deals. This is outside. Good glove by Maynard to keep that in front of him. 1-1. Swung on a missed strike 2 as Fleming tardy on that fastball. Once again, Logan 1 strike away from a trip to Martinsburg. All ready, and now time called. Fleming steps out, trying to grip up on his bat here. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout, trying to find his first hit of the day, and Fleming calls for time again. The 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Landon Hall closes the door on Chapmanville, and the Logan All-Stars are moving on to the state tournament in Martinsburg as District 2 champions yet again. What a ball game this was from start to finish. Again, these 2 teams so evenly matched in so many ways and so much talent on both sides. But Logan fights back from a 2-0 deficit early. They scratch across 1 run late in order to get the lead, and they hang on to it 3-2. Logan pitching outstanding today, 11 strikeouts combined between Owen Bryant and Landon Hall down the stretch. And Logan winning 3 great games here at Chapmanville this week. But this one right here, just a true testament to 2 very talented teams and 2 great Little League organizations. And congratulations to Coach Roberts and his boys as they head to Martinsburg later on this month. But Chapmanville not done yet in this tournament. These 2 teams could end up making the trip up to Martinsburg together, as Chapmanville will only have to win 1 game in order to get there, and they'll have to wait until after tomorrow night to see who their opponent will be, as Madison and Mullins will do battle tomorrow at 6 p.m. And the winner of that game will face Chapmanville on Wednesday at 6 o'clock to see who moves on with Logan to the state tournament. Well, it's been a great day and a wonderful 4th of July, and we're so glad that you shared it with us here on Video Productions. Again, Sandy River being eliminated by Mullins in an unbelievable game this morning, 9-8. Madison eliminating man, 15-2 in 4 innings, and then this nail-biter from start to finish, Chapmanville falling to Logan, and Logan winning the District 2 title 3-2 over the Chapmanville All-Stars. We'll be back with you tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. for Mullins versus Madison in another elimination game, and again to see who moves on to the finals of the losers bracket on Wednesday night and a chance to go to the state tournament. So congratulations again to the Logan All-Stars, Coach Roberts and his staff, and good luck in Martinsburg later this month. For Robbie Mounts, our engineer here on Video Productions, Butch Mounts, our executive producer on Video Productions, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long tonight here from Tracy Vickers Field in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you've been watching live streaming coverage of the District 2 Little League Baseball Tournament presented by Boone Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.